Hey guys, I just want to welcome Bobby Clark into the AiDIY family. I don't think we've featured one of his songs yet. It's in the pipeline to sort of be done. I'm a few weeks out, but he's a really unique storyteller and he has a really cool way that he does stuff. I've seen his things; they're all clean and beautiful. He's fun. He's an interesting personality, so I wanted to bring him on to have a bit of a chat. It's going to be mostly a conversation. I've got a little bit of an outline, but I want this to flow freely. Bobby, welcome to the podcast interview. Thanks for being here. Do you want to just talk a little bit about yourself and what got you into AI music and the direction that you're sort of going in?
Yeah, thanks so much, Matt. I'm really excited to be here with AI DIY and all the fans here on the channel. I've been into music all my life. Like, me and my father bonded over music. That was like our big connection. So music has just been really important to me. And then after high school, I got into a rock band. We're called FILTH. Back when I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio. I played the keyboard in FILTH. We have a few music videos up on YouTube. But the band kind of broke up. I mean, we got busy with work. It's hard to get to practice and, make everything work in a band when you're working full-time job. So kind of fell apart from there, but I've always had that, like, I need to make music. I want to make music. And I couldn't really figure out how to do it on my own. So I tried some programs on my laptop and got some like decent stuff. Like, I was happy with it. That's when I started my YouTube channel and released a video or two, got like 100 views, and kind of just dropped off from there. It just wasn't really working. And then let's see, it was back in last September. A buddy of mine sent me a link to Suno, and he was like, "Hey, I made this funny song. You need to listen to it." And it was like Butts and Farts or something.
It always starts with the funny songs.
Right, exactly.
It starts with the funny songs.
And I was like, "Wait a minute, this is really cool. Like, what can I do with it?"
Yeah.
And then, like, it just happened.
Dude, can I just jump on this for a second?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know this for a fact, because and it's so funny if this lines up, but it's even funny if it doesn't. Tell me do you remember the song that they sent to you? Because I'll tell you mine. The song, just so you know, everybody, I'm going to look at the camera for this.
Yeah.
The song that started this whole thing off, the reason you're watching and the reason I have over 2,000 subscribers plus my own music channel and plugged in, is a song called "I Glued My Balls to My Butthole Again." That's the foundation of everything that started here. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one. Several people have been inspired by this. But Bobby, take it away. What was the song that inspired you? If you remember?
Man, I don't even remember what it was, but it definitely wasn't that creative.
It wasn't that.
But I was like, wait a minute, this is really cool. And so I was like, well, what if I take like one of my favorite songs? I picked a Tech Nine song, and I'm like, I wonder what Suno can do with this. And I know you're not supposed to throw like real lyrics in there, but it was just testing it for myself. And I came up with some amazing stuff. I couldn't get the Tech Nine flow like I wanted to, but it was really amazing. And I was like, okay, now I wonder what happens if I put one of my songs in there. So a song that I wrote back on the laptop, I don't know, like 10 years ago, probably wasn't that long, 5 years ago. I started plugging that through using the export method. So I had the beginning of that song that I played on the keyboard, and it just created a song out of it. And it absolutely blew my mind. Like, I'm not lying to you, I was like in tears. That's how emotional it was for me to hear one of my songs like on this full like scale production. Like, it blew my mind. And this is Suno version 3.5. Now with Suno version 4 and 4.5 coming out soon, it's untouchable. Like, it's amazing.
I can't wait for 4.5 to come out.
It's like this.
Let me back up a little bit, because I think this is going to be a pretty cool conversation.
Yeah.
I just want to back up a bit to bring to a point, because this is a thing. I'm always trying to win over like traditional artists, right? Especially the ones that are back. I don't know the ones that are trolling, that just don't care. They're just trying to make everybody upset. Yeah. But I reckon there's some people that just need to have an understanding of where you were at and where a lot of people were at, because people don't have the exposure to the conversations that, say, like I have in the background, because I speak to so many people that do this. And your story is something that comes up every day in conversations that people reach out to me.
Yeah.
And there are people that say either, I'll give two examples of something that's common. One, people since the 1980s have been writing poems or lyrics or something, and it's just something that they have, and they never, because they can't imagine getting studio time, getting with a band. They may be, not really good with people, and all of a sudden they have this method and they can do it, and it's just life-changing for them. Another people, you would not believe the amount of people that I have that say that they've been in bands in the past and they've been disconnected from music and they love music. Like you said, you're connected to your father.
Yeah.
People are connected in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
The massive amount of people who, because they don't reject the technology just out of spite and hate and the idea behind it, and that they're able to use it to reconnect to music, to take what they have and put it out there. This is the thing I'm trying to say. Like, I'm never going to reach the trolls, the people that are just like that are angry and they just want you to hate AI music. But what you're saying right there is something that I want to connect to people that have fallen away from it, that they don't know what to do. They want to, they're sad about it. Maybe they were like super successful in the 70s. Now they're 70 and they're like, oh, I can reconnect with it. So that's what I want. That's the connection that I want people to make. But go ahead and continue on, because that was an important thing for me to grab and sort of say that this is a focus.
Yeah, absolutely. So I created that song, and you got to tweak it a little bit. You can plug in your ideas into ChatGPT, and it does give you like the backbone of what you're looking for. But you definitely need to go in there and tweak it and make it human. Otherwise, it's going to sound really robotic. So I went in there and I added in like where I wanted solos, where I wanted, I changed some of the words around, and I released that song, and it did better than my last one, but not great. And I was like, okay, like I have some people who are into it, but and then I discovered that more people were making music videos for their actual songs. And that's when it clicked. And I was like, oh, people need to see something with it. Just hearing it, it's cool.
It's important.
But it's not
important.
Enough.
You wish it wasn't important, but it's important.
You need that visual. And so it was Noise, I think. Noise AI. It's no longer a thing. It's closed down. They don't use it anymore. But it was like, write in your ideas.
What did Noise do? What does Noise do? Because there might be an equivalent that we can talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably a lot of people don't know about it. But Noise, you upload your soundtrack or you upload your song and you prompt it. And then it kind of builds off of what's in the song. So like you'll tell it, I want it to do this in the video. And then you can even include an image with it. And then it'll take that image and make, 15, 20 seconds out of that part of the song. Okay. And so I was like, well, this is really cool. I can start like kind of building a music video this way. Then maybe I'll get some more views and, have something to look at. And Noise worked really well. That's Noisee, by the way. It worked really well. And I think I did, my whole first album and then half of my second album using Noise. And then it shut down. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do now? So I came across...
Yeah, it's a bit more of a grind now. Now it's definitely a bit more of a grind.
Yeah, I got to work a lot harder on them for sure. So I downloaded Leonardo AI, and that is amazing for visuals. You type in your prompt, and the more detailed you are about it, the better that picture is going to end up being. You can write what kind of style you want, and you'll get that image.
And the style thing's important. Like I use Leonardo as well as the base images.
Yeah.
The cool thing, and I've basically spoken about Leonardo before, is the consistency in characters. Something that, like, if you were using ChatGPT before to build images, it's nearly impossible. Well, it is impossible. Maybe a little bit better now, but yeah. If you're to make a music video, you need something. There's a few of them. I use Leonardo to create that consistency, and they make beautiful things.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I take that image, and I'm like, all right, I want to animate this image. You can animate it in Leonardo AI. It does decent. You can use it for small stuff. But if you really want some good animation, some good motion to your video, Kling AI is what I use. They just upgraded to 2.0, and the visuals are just stunning. They're beautiful. So ChatGPT to get it started, get that backbone, then move it over to Leonardo AI, or once you put it into Suno and you create that song, it doesn't work the first time. You're familiar with Suno. You have to generate over and over and over and extend and cover and cover and cover before you actually get something that's amazing. You know, it takes credits, but you got to put those credits into it, and then you end up with something powerful. Like,
well, let's talk about this type of stuff. That because you've created personas, so maybe talk a bit about why you've created personas, because you're unique, right? You like the stuff that I see. I smile. It's good looking. You've created a persona, and you make stuff that's fun. Like, what's some of the stuff you sort of create and why?
So I released my first 2 albums. The first one was Witch Tunes, a horror anthology. And that is about a girl who walks into a witchcraft store. She picks up a book. She starts reading through it. But instead of actually reading it, she starts to hear music. Okay? And there's 17 songs in that. There's 17 chapters in the book, which is 17 songs. When she hears those songs, she gets a whole visual reality to it. And each one of those songs kind of just takes place in that witchcraft shop, but in her mind. And they're just amazing, like, horror tales that I have. So that was my first album. No personas in that at all. And then the second album, Breaking Reality, that's when Suno started releasing personas that you could add. Like, you could take the voice from a song, name it, and make it a persona.
Yeah, the vibe. And this is one of the things that we sort of wanted early on, because people said, wouldn't it be cool if you could sort of have a band, but you couldn't really have a band because songs couldn't sound similar enough. You know, you could really, now you can basically, you know, get a song that you really like and then create a persona so everything sounds similar to that band.
Yeah, it wasn't consistent enough for you to actually have that same voice over and over again. So personas was huge for me. So I started doing some of the same voices for songs in Breaking Reality. And I like how that went. It's a really great album. I got some really good videos for it. But then after that, I was kind of like, what's next? What do I do next? I'm getting an all right following, but I'm not getting what I'm looking for. Like, I want to push. So I came up with this idea.
So let me just quickly ask you. Yeah. So do you base it on the following, or are you just trying to push out like stuff that you really want to do? What's the driver in that? And there's no wrong answer. There's no, because I'm loving the variety of people in the community.
Yeah, the driver is I'm emotionally touched by these songs that I'm making, and might sound big ego head, whatever.
No, it's awesome.
And I'm thinking, what if I can emotionally help somebody else? Like, what if they were to listen to that song and it helped them in a positive way? I have a lot of positive messages in my songs. Breaking Reality.
Love that. So, for sure. So the audience part isn't about the number, it's about the connection.
Right. I don't care how many views I got, but I do like comments. I like to see that people are listening, reacting. That makes a big difference, and it keeps pushing me, to make better songs. And people are saying, like, it emotionally touches them. Like, one person even said, this song completely changed my life. And I'm like, that sounds like,
it's okay. Yeah. It's okay to me. It's okay to connect to that. Yeah. Like, a lot of people will say things like that. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm big noting myself. That's not it. It's connection. You should be happy with a connection. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, everybody should know that no matter who they are and how, what they have, there's people that can connect to you. If you are authentic and you put out your authentic self, there's people out there that are going to connect to it.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt your story too much, but I just want to tie it to, I just want to, like, there's people that say like what you said, and they go like, oh, they'll almost feel bad about it. Yeah. But the fact is, if you put things out and it's authentic, and you are putting authentic things out, there are people that's going to change there's something they're going to take from that's positive.
Yeah, absolutely. So Breaking Reality came out. It's like 22 tracks. All of them have videos. Like, if it's not a video, it's a visualizer. And some of them are really long, but like it's telling an entire story. Each song is an entire story. I'm big into storytelling. If the song doesn't make you feel something, it's not worth releasing. That's how I look at it. So I'm telling these stories, right? And with Breaking Reality, back to your question from forever ago, I was using those personas. And then when Breaking Reality was done, what do I want to do next? Well, I'm a big fan of the Insane Clown Posse. Do you know them from Detroit?
Yeah, yes. I know of them. I've seen them. I don't follow them.
Yeah, that's okay. Violent J, the lead singer, the rapper in Insane Clown Posse, he knows how to sell something. And he knows not just like sell as in money, but like sell an idea. Okay, he's like the king of it. And they have this record label called Psychopathic Records. And I was like, well, what if I could make something similar to that? Because they all have different personas. Those rappers have different personas. I was like, what if I can make something like that with my AI music? So I decided to make a record label, an AI record label called PJM, Professor Jacket Music. And what do you need on a record label? Artists. So I created these personas as different artists. So right now I have Colton Lynch, who is a Western rapper outlaw. Kind of think like Eminem, Detroit style. Just thinking about money, how he can make his next score. I gave you the video. I think you saw the video for Outlaw.
Yeah.
Release track.
I have.
Yep. So that's Colton Lynch. I release a track every single week for Colton Lynch, usually on Tuesdays. Consistency is very important, I've discovered. I found that out from a lot of people. And then I also have Madisynn, who is like a Gen Z, tipsy, not so smart, but very funny rapper.
Is that the Baby Yoda one?
That's Baby Yoga. Yeah, that's Madisynn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoga. Yes. Sorry, I knew I was going to screw that up. Yes, Yoga.
Baby Yoga. I don't know who Yoda is, but yeah, Baby Yoga. So
yeah, that's right. And watch the video for that reference. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then leave a comment, please, because you know what? Madisynn responds to every single comment, no matter how weird they are.
Yes.
She'll respond to it, and it's hilarious. So
I love it.
Yeah. So I have Madisynn, and she's releasing a track every Friday. Madisynn seems to be a lot bigger, so I decided to put her on Fridays. Like I said, consistency. It's important. So this Friday, I have Madisynn's very first full-on music video. So far, we're probably like 5 tracks deep. It's been visualizers, but visualizers with flair. It's not just your simple still picture with lyrics. It's got a whole vibe to it. But this Friday, we're releasing ZOMG, which stands for zombies.
ZOMG.
Yeah.
ZOMG.
Yeah, Zombiga. And think like Dawn of the Dead meets Gen Z with Edgar Wright editing. Like Edgar Wright from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Shaun of the Dead. That's what I'm looking for with that. So this is going to be big. This is probably one of my biggest releases so far is ZOMG.
Well, let's pause on that one because we'll get to that. What I want to do is because like my stuff is satirical. I understand the satirical stuff. I probably can't get too much into Colton Lynch because I don't know too much about that sort of genre.
Yeah.
Although I'll probably try to dig into it after this. But let's talk about Madisynn and the reasons behind Madisynn and the way that you can connect to an audience through satirical characters, and especially Madisynn, I suppose. Like I'm thinking if I were writing Madisynn, right? Mm-hmm. And I have written a song called "Plain Girl in a Thumbnail" that sort of talks about this sort of generation of attention seeking, but without directly saying it. Like it's sort of the satirical stuff. If you're sort of straightforward, it's sort of what do you call it? Like falling down humor, like over the top. It's too straightforward. Satirical stuff to me is always getting the message without telling what the message is. Like how do you use that satirical stuff? Like, and how do you connect to the audience? Are you looking for a particular type? Do you expect everybody to get it? Like, how do you use satirical characters or that sort of character to tell your stories?
Yeah, so what I do is I build the plot of exactly how I want the song to go. And I make sure that it has to be funny. If it's not funny, I'm not going to release it. Okay. She doesn't do anything serious.
Yes.
First of all, she gets the names of everything completely wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big
I
thing.
love the Star Wars stuff too,
Yeah.
because I just thought, this is going to be funny to anybody who gets Star Wars, but it's
Yeah.
going to just drive a point home. It's just going to kill people who love Star Wars.
Yeah. I work with some people who love Star Wars, and they absolutely hate the song.
Go either way, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so she doesn't get any facts right. Okay, very rarely does she get any facts right. She's usually tipsy when she's writing these songs. So it's kind of slurry. It doesn't always come out like you would expect it to. She's really off the wall. She's obsessed. I have a whole lore about Madisynn. This is crazy. She's obsessed with cheese.
I love that. Love that. Yeah.
Like cheese fries is her big thing, and you guys will start to see that over time if you haven't already. She's afraid of owls. She loses her phone all of the time. She loves gold. She always talks about gold. And
Nice.
like there's an
She's not a traditional gold digger, though, is she?
Actually, her first song is called Gold Digger, and it's not what you think it is. Yeah, did you see this one?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Do you remember what it is?
No, I don't remember exactly what it is. I remember the song, and I remember it was. I remember like not in the traditional way or something like that.
Yeah. So okay, let's go back a little bit. So Madisynn was created because of one of my favorite Reddit groups, Generated Grooves. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, but they run contests almost weekly. Okay, and the contest for that was St. Patrick's Day. Write a St. Patrick's Day song, and I wanted to write a song about a woman who stole a leprechaun's gold, and so that's how Madisynn was born, was through that Generated Grooves contest. And it's about her, getting drunk at the club, leaving, running into a leprechaun, stealing his gold, and yeeting him across the street. That's what the song's about. So that was the birth of Madisynn, and I've just kept building and building and building ever since then.
I love that.
Yeah.
I too wrote a song that could be used for an St. Patrick's Day contest, and I love this because it's just tongue-in-cheek stuff, right? It's called "I'm from Boston, so I think I'm Irish."
I love that. That's so good. Yeah,
I love these. I love storytelling through piss taking, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So then,
So
go ahead.
Yeah, go.
I was just gonna say, so from Gold Digger, I started evolving Madisynn, released VIP, where it's a song about her signing to PJM. Like, it's a record label, so I'm now signing artists. So she's talking about signing to PJM, getting a paycheck, and she's spending it all at the bar on drinks. So that's what VIP is about. It's got a little twist on Annie's Hard Knock Life. So yeah, definitely check that one out. And then from there, let's see, after VIP, I did Hogsworts, which is a parody on Harry Potter. She gets confused with Harry Potter and calls him Harry Culkin because she thinks he's Macaulay Culkin playing Harry Potter. She gets all the facts wrong. She's stirring her drink with her wand in the video. And then we did Baby Yoga, and now we're on to ZOMG.
No, okay. So before we get into ZOMG, because I do want to get into ZOMG.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to highlight the thing that stands out for me that I really love, and this is why I love doing these interviews, right? Like, and it's another thing that it basically people should be aware of. You can go to Suno and say, "Make me a rock song," and then you can pump out 500 of those a day or whatever it is that you want to pump out. I love the fact that the AI music community isn't that, for the most part. I guess there's some people that are just trying to load up Suno or whatever and make millions of dollars by just pumping out millions of songs and putting bots out there and getting arrested or whatever. But I love the connection, like the way you're telling the story and the way you're getting excited about Madisynn and about your projects that you do. And because anyway, your history with music is because you're not that. You don't just click a button and put it out. This isn't something that you can fake. Like to hear you getting excited about these characters that you made up and deeply thinking about how they would behave in their motivations and things and putting it to the song. That's not something that you can just sort of, it's not something you could fake. It's authentic. And that's what I'm saying, that there's authenticity in this sort of thing that we're doing. Your process, though, to me, is difficult. You do everything on a mobile phone, don't you?
Everything on my phone. I don't even use a computer. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. There's like I said, everybody can connect to an audience depending on, no matter who you are. Make that available to people. Talk about your phone process, not just the applications, but walk through the and then we'll get into ZOMG.
Yeah.
Talk about that process, because it's possible to do on a phone. People that don't have millions of dollars to invest in really cool equipment, you can do it on your phone.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we do have a laptop in the house, but it's not very powerful. I don't think it could run half the stuff that my phone can run. That's the amazing of technology, right? Phones are so powerful nowadays. So I decided to just, start like Suno. I got the link on Suno on my phone. So I just kept, running the app on my phone. And just started building from there. I did end up upgrading my phone because running videos through CapCut and exporting them took hours on my old phone. Now I got a newer phone. It blazes right through it. I have so much more storage. So having a good phone is important. But anybody can do it with their phone. You don't need a computer. You don't need a desktop. You don't need a laptop, GTX.
The accessibility to all of this is so important for people to understand.
Yeah, anybody can do it. You need creativity, you need time, and you need dedication.
The awesome part of this is the part that the haters talk about it like a bad thing. Well, anybody can do it. It sucks because anybody can do it. Yeah. And I'm sitting here going, tell us about doing it on the phone, because this is awesome because anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So you use Suno and you use CapCut.
And Leonardo AI and Kling AI. That's all I use. Those four things.
And those are all on the phone.
Those are all on my phone. Yeah. Just download the apps. I do have they do require a subscription for, if you're actually going to make full-on videos. They do have free versions, but you're not going to get very far with that. If you're going to make
you're not
20, 30-second video, that'll be fine. But if you're doing like Unbound, I think is 9 minutes long. Like I said, it's like a mini story. You do kind of,
and it's not just that too. If you use Kling AI, for example,
it's expensive,
and you want to do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to use the free version, like you can use the free version, but you might say, render this, please. And it goes, yeah, no worries. But it's going to take you 6 hours because you're in the queue. You have to wait in line.
Exactly.
So every single, and then after 6 seconds, you're like, this didn't render how I wanted it to. Yep. No, I got to try again. So it might be worth paying. Yeah. I mean, Kling's one of the more expensive subscriptions for that, but it's everybody uses it too. That anybody that's doing quality stuff uses Kling.
Yeah, and it's not super expensive. Like we're talking like $10, $15 a month. It's like cancel your Netflix for the month. Get Kling. It covers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, but if you're going to be, like you said, you do one release a week, so you're constantly using Kling.
I'll do one.
Yeah. So you don't update your credits at all.
Mm-hmm.
You don't ask for more credits in a month. You're able to do that with the $10, or
I try to keep it under $10, but there has been a time where I've added a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when I get in,
it's not to catch you out. It's just trying to get an understanding of.
Don't throw my lunch. I know
you cheat.
So when I get in creative mode, it's just hard for me to stop. It doesn't matter if it's time to go to bed. Hopefully I'm not late for work, because like when I'm in creative mode, like I just need to go with that idea and finish it. Like I'll stay up all night working on this stuff. Because if not, it's just running through my head while I'm trying to sleep. So I mean, I got to get it all done. And it's probably not super healthy, but consistency is important. Yeah.
Yeah. We all suffer from this. I had a 3 o'clock go to bed time for a 7 o'clock meeting that I had to do for the channel.
Yeah.
Because you get stuck on it. You get stuck. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, just because I like to find out the variety of people out there. What do you do? Like in Australia, what do they say? What do you do for a crust?
Well, what's my job?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
means.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to name it specifically, but you guys can probably figure it out. It's a very popular game retail.
Okay.
Yeah, I run.
We'll just say you work for EA. Well, you still say for EB Games. We'll just say you work for EB Games.
Yeah, sure. I don't think that's a thing anymore, but okay. And I actually run two different stores. So I work
Okay.
3 days at one store, 2 days in another store, and have 2 days off a week. That's usually how my week goes.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool.
but
Cool.
let me tell you something real quick about working there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Holiday season, extremely stressful. Extremely stressful. I struggle with it every single year because it's so busy, and I don't feel like we have enough staff, to make that easier. But this past year, with Suno, completely changed the way that I felt about life. It took all the stress away. I was like, okay, I'll make it through the day, and then I could finish this song tonight. And it always gave me something to look forward to. Finishing my songs, finishing my videos. It's like work was always my number one priority. Well, besides family, family's number one, work number two, and then I had like video games for number three. But I kind of just cut out video games completely and replaced that with Suno and video making. And then now that has surpassed my job. So it's family.
I love that.
Suno, and then work. And like I've just been focusing on this so hard, and my family's been behind me with it as well. They see what I'm trying to do. They can see what I'm trying to accomplish. My daughter, she's 8. I'll say her name because I put her name in the credits of my songs. So her name's Harmony.
Eminem does it, so why can't you?
Yeah, her name's in the credits of the songs because she helps me out. She's like, Dad, I got this idea. Dad, I got this idea. And she's my number one fan. She knows lyrics to the songs. She asks to listen to these songs for bedtime. Like all she listens to now is AI music. And it's wild to think about. But like,
who are some of her favorites besides you?
Who are some of her favorites besides me? She likes KP.
Besides Professor Jacket.
Yeah, besides Professor Jacket, it's mostly me. But she likes KPDM. He is a German artist, and me and him have been like ride and die this whole trip. So like he got a hold of me during my first album, Witch Tunes, and he's kind of backed me ever since then. Vows of the Vein, which now just hit 2,000 views, which is probably my best performing video. He connected to that song in a way that he started messaging me, and we started talking back and forth. And we actually created Colton Lynch together. That was us together. We decided to make content.
That too.
Yeah, we decided to make contests for each other. Like, hey, make a song out of this. Hey, make a song out of this. And he was like, why don't you make a song about a cowboy who is robbing a bank and he's rapping to his hostages? And that was the birth of Outlaw. So we've been working on this album together. He even has a song on the album called On the Run. We haven't got to it yet. It releases further into the album. But that's his own song. He wrote it. And yeah, we've been working on stuff together. He's been a big influence behind my music. He doesn't do videos at all, but he has a higher following in Suno, the app, than I do. So yeah, big.
I mean, sometimes audiences are just smaller, but like you said, as long as there's a connection, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe there's a huge audience, it just might take a bit longer to grow. I'm going to quickly just touch on this because this is such a common theme through every single person that I've spoken to.
Yeah.
Which was you were saying like your struggle with work and things.
Yeah.
And then, you found this creative outlet, and all of a sudden, that's the positive. I actually did an interview about an hour before you. After the recording ended, that sort of touched, and we spoke about it quite a bit, about how it's such a relief to have this sort of thing. My thing that I always tell people, I've been telling people, like I went through a divorce 25 years ago, about nearly 25 years ago, and my outlet at the time, and it still kind of is playing local sport at lower levels to connect to people. And I found it wasn't about the thing that I'm doing. It's about the something positive that I have to look forward to every single week. And I've always advised that to people, that if you're going through a tough time like a divorce or loss of business or loss of family member or whatever, or you're stressed, like you just have a job that sucks, or there's moments that there's something that you have. It doesn't have to be local sport, it doesn't have to be music, it has to be a thing. At least once or twice a week that you have that to look forward to.
Yeah, it makes all the difference. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, I think that all the time. Having something to look forward to keeps you moving, keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have, it's not like a vacation or a holiday that you have that, like, you know, once a year you plan to, or you sort of have that to look forward to. It has to be something you consistently know that's there. And for a lot of people, maybe they haven't made that connection that that's what it is, that that's what's making them happy. But I love that this AI music is coming to people's lives for that sort of thing. So let's talk about ZOMG.
Yeah. ZOMG. Basically, Madisynn just got a haircut. I couldn't get her hair to work the right way for this, so I had to put story behind it. So her hair didn't look the same. My daughter was like, that doesn't really look exactly like Madisynn. Like, what's with her hair? So Harmony, she's very critical. She'll catch everything. So that's good for me to have somebody review it. But her hair didn't quite look like it did in other videos. So I was like, okay, so Madisynn got a haircut. And she's walking home from the hairstylist. And she's so busy texting on her phone. She doesn't notice anything else that's going on. But there's zombies following her. She didn't notice. They're slow. She gets back.
That sucks. Yeah. Hate when that happens.
I know, right? It happens all the time. But she didn't even notice they were there. Completely oblivious. Okay, she's just texting on her phone. She gets home. The news is on. The news is saying, hey, there's a zombie apocalypse going on. There's an evacuation site at the mall. So she goes over to the mall. She's like, cool, I can go over to the mall, get my phone charged, get some cheese fries. It turns out the zombies have already taken over the mall. So we're dealing with zombies in the mall. Some celebrity appearances show up. Should I spoil it? Should I say it? It's probably already out by now.
Go for it. Yeah, by the time this comes out, everybody's going to know Madisynn.
Yeah.
Be a household name.
The Avengers show up. Ghostbusters show up. Star Trek shows up. Who else we got? Shrek. And John Wick. John Wick slicing up some...
John Wick would be valuable here, by the way. So I guess the Marvel characters would too.
Yeah, lots of cool characters showing up to help out Madisynn. But I put a lot of work into this. It took probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks to get it all together. But I had a clear vision from the start what I wanted the video to be. And I feel like I nailed that pretty close. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I'm excited to share it with everybody. Like, nobody has seen it yet. Nobody but Harmony and my wife has seen it yet. I sent you a link so you can take a look. Matt's got the exclusive debut.
It'll be there for sure, and I think this is a good build up for it because I'm very excited now.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So that's coming out this Friday. Also, something else I wanted to. Did you have any more questions before I go into something else?
No. I'm actually. It actually looks like the ZOMG was the last official sort of thing that I was sort of going through.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's her first actual like music video. It's not a visualizer. It even has lip sync in it. I just discovered lip sync on CapCut. It's not easy to do.
It's on Kling.
It's on Kling.
It's on Kling.
I'll have to take a look at it on Kling. That's more expensive. But so CapCut, whenever you use lip sync, it's actually really good. But it'll put up an AI generate kind of logo in the top left hand corner, and I don't want that in my video. Who wants watermarks on their video, right? So what I did was
takes away from the story.
Yeah, what I did was I had it exactly how I wanted it, exported it. I don't know if CapCut's going to get mad about this, but I exported it, and then I stretched that video out so that it cuts that out. And that's why when you see my videos, most of the time the characters kind of fill up the whole screen when they're singing, because I was trying to avoid the AI generate. So
a pro tip on that one. Yeah. There are tools you can and free tools you can actually remove watermarks.
Oh, okay, interesting. You didn't hear that from us though.
They're out there. You heard it from Google.
Cool. So yeah, I'll take a look into that. I discovered lip sync. So ZOMG has a lip sync part in it. With Madisynn, I like to have talking intros and talking outros, because it really builds her personality. It's not just a song in the just not just a song. You have the song in the middle, but you have the introduction where she says something completely ridiculous to kind of introduce the song, and then the outro, which also is something completely ridiculous to end the song. Ended on a high note, started on a high note, ended on a high note, with the song in between. So this ZOMG does have some lip sync in it, which is kind of difficult to get looking the right way. So you do have to like really mess with it, but once you do it, it looks pretty cool. The whole outro part is lip synced, and then there's a surprise ending as well. And then I do my call to action at the end. I don't know if you saw that on the Madisynn on the Baby Yoga, but I try to be really creative with the call to action. Presenting it as if
I've tried to do that in the past. I've sort of forgotten it, but yeah, I try to be really creative with my call to action.
Yeah, I just started it not too long ago. I think Amuse in the Mainframe helped me out with that, I believe.
Let's just talk. So you work out with, so you're connected with Muse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that dude? That guy, totally. I ask questions all the time of Muse.
He makes the best lyric videos. Like if you guys are looking for a good lyric video, Muse. I found him through like his Halloween soundtrack. Back when I started making music, and his videos, like, it really stuck with me. I was like, I really like what you're doing, and that's kind of a big inspiration behind some of my visualizers is from Muse. He's been very supportive. He just hit 1,000 views. He's probably at 2,000 by now. I mean, subscribers, not views. 1,000 subscribers. He was like at 300 when I first started following him.
Well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. So when he hit 1,000, I was like, I'm struggling to hit 200 right now. So maybe I can get some advice from Muse. And he gave me the best advice he could possibly give me. Connect with your audience, find other artists, connect with them. And I did that.
Yep.
It made a huge difference. I've found so many people to help me on this journey. And we're doing it together. Like, I was with KP before, but now I've got like 5 other people that I'm on this journey with. And we're starting to collab and making songs together, which is huge. And I really want to thank Muse for that, because that was the best advice that he could give me moving forward. So
I don't just talk shit. I'm actually getting tingles now for how happy I am that you said that.
Yeah.
Because if I were to talk about what this channel is at the core, it's figuring out how to get people to understand that we're all in this together and we have to work together. And Muse is probably top 5 for people that understands that and is already doing that. I don't need to explain that to you. Muse is already that type of person. And it's funny you say that, because as far as like making music and music videos wise, there's very few people that I'm actually collaborating with. And Muse is, I'm working on a song right now with a video right now, and basically reaching out to Muse to help me with that, saying, look, man, this is what I'm doing. What have you done? Like, makes himself super available. I think wants the AI music community to grow and be quality, and puts that stuff out himself. So I'm glad you dropped that name.
Absolutely. He's the reason I found your channel. 100%. When we were talking about, how the 1,000 subscribers, one thing he was like, find Matt. Here's his YouTube, watch some of his stuff, connect with that audience. And if you look at a lot of Muse's comments, you'll see the same people who are commenting on my page, on my channel. That's not coincidence. Muse helped me find that audience, and I'm forever grateful for it.
Oh, I'm getting a bit emotional right now, because there's people in the community that totally get what it's all about. Yeah. And and one of the, there's a couple reasons why I sort of went in the direction that I went in, and one of them was, I don't know if it was Muse. I don't think it was Muse, but I was talking about like how I think I want to start doing this and putting people together, and someone said, good, because it's really disjointed. And I thought, well, I don't want it to be disjointed. And I think on the same day, I was on a Facebook group where someone's saying, well, why don't people share their prompts? And like 5 people jumped on them saying, you don't share your prompts. You're just going to steal all my ideas. And I just immediately thought, that's a terrible outlook, because we're, as a community, like,
Right.
no one's going to, we can't possibly get better and grow, and no one's ever going to take AI music
Yeah.
seriously if we don't band together and make it better, and sort of form a band of people that want it to be better and want other people to succeed. So I sort of wanted to be part of that group that helps do that and uses that. You're obviously that, because you know you're building out your personas with the help of other people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. The other day I watched one of your videos. Sorry to cut you off.
No, good. It's your interview, and I'm talking too much.
Where you featured Brianna on one of the
yes,
and that really touched me. Like, I really liked that one, and so I commented.
Dude, I will interrupt you on this because this is important too. You're touching on every important thing.
Yeah.
Brianna was the one I interviewed this morning.
Okay.
Brianna. This is important. This is important. Brianna, I know you're going to watch this, right?
Yeah.
Brianna highlighted the importance off camera, and I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning this, of how touched she was after being featured, that people actually cared about what she said and her music.
Yeah.
Like, deeply touched her.
Yeah.
So yes, but definitely talk about that.
First of all, I get that emotional connection, because this has changed me as a person. 100%. This journey that I've only been on for 5 months has completely changed me as a person. I'm different. I'm more social than I've ever been. And like, my outlook on life is just, I can do anything now. I feel like I can do anything. And it's wild. But to talk about with Brianna, so I commented on her video because it touched me. It like I said, if it doesn't affect you emotionally, then maybe don't release it. And it touched me. Her song did. And so I commented on that, and guess what she did? She went over to my channel. She watched my videos. She started commenting. She subscribed. She loved Baby Yoga, for example, and I feel like she's on the ride for the next few Madisynn songs, at least. So, and that's because of you. Like, the people who are commenting on your page, after I comment on your page, channel, they are visiting my channel as well, and they're watching my videos, and it's because the artists that you have who watch your videos are all connecting in that spot, and that means a lot.
Dude, that's for you to say that is such a huge motivation for me to keep going. I love that. That's the purpose. Like, if you can, I guess, like, I like doing my music. I love doing this part because, like you said, like, that's the reason. That's why I do the 5 featured artists.
Yeah.
I think if I could get that 5 featured right every time and bang on for the purpose behind it, which is to connect people and to give people a moment to sort of shine. And that's why I do the intros now, because that's like your spot to sort of, your chance to sort of highlight yourself. And that's why I don't like to do the intros myself. I don't want to be a DJ and like...
Yeah, it shows your personality. You know, your intro.
Yeah.
I think that's really important for what you're doing. I know you said you were just, like, introducing the songs yourself, but I think having the artists introduce themselves will make a much larger connection with the audience.
Yeah, and that's what I want. I want people to connect. And the fact that you're saying that you do and those connections you made, and I'm gonna send Brianna, like, Brianna's thing's not gonna be out for another week. I'm gonna basically know that I'm gonna make sure that she knows early that you did that, because I know she'll definitely get touched on that. Look, it's too bad my camera died right at the end, because I do want to wrap this up, because I don't want to say this, but I got to bring my dogs to the groomer, and and I have a time for that. Right? We were 4 minutes to the cutoff time anyway. But I want to give you a chance to wrap up, to do any promoting that you want to do, anything you feel important. Go ahead and take as much time as you want.
Absolutely, I really appreciate that. So I'm not going to promote myself at all. We've already done all that. These are my favorite artists, and we do featured artist sections on the channel every Wednesday. Okay, so we've talked about KPDM. Amazing, you guys check him out. He's on Suno. Using the mainframe, like, he's a legend. And so this new artist, Aiden Yagu. I featured him on my channel as well with his Ghost Rider in the Shell video. If you guys haven't got a chance to see this, it's top notch. Like, I don't know how this guy does it. It's beautiful. It doesn't sound like AI. It doesn't look like AI, but it's AI, and it surpasses even my stuff by far. So check out Aiden Yagu. You can find this on my channel in the featured artist section. If you just go to playlist, there's an actual PJM featured artist, and it just has a list of the videos. I've only been doing this for about 3 or 4 weeks now, so definitely check out Aiden. And then Charlie Kaminsky, he's in my. So I know you don't want this to stretch out long, but you had Dom, you interviewed Dom not too long ago.
Yeah, Dom, fantastic guy.
Yeah, and so I went to his Facebook group as well. They invited me into the Facebook group. Amazing. I love all the people there. And then from there, I got invited to AI Battles. And I found Charlie Kaminsky. And he has this character called Trailer Sniff. Have you ever heard of her?
Yeah, I have heard of Trailer Sniff. Trailer Sniff is this is a conversation I'm having through the website as well. So I'm aware of Trailer Sniff.
Trailer Sniff, amazing. I started listening to Charlie's back catalog. I've seriously added he's probably got 50 songs. I've probably added 47 of them to my playlist. Like, they're so good. Like, I'm so excited for everything that Trailer releases, that Charlie releases for Trailer. And hopefully we can do a collab with Madisynn in the future. I think that would be amazing. So definitely check out Charlie. And Andy Riffith. I've got in contact with him recently. He's also a featured artist with his song Bacon Face. Okay? This video is insane. You've never seen anything like it before. Check out the channel. Andy Riffith, that's Riffeth, Bacon Face. I promise you, you've never seen anything like it before.
Andy Riffith.
Bacon Face.
Riffith. Cool, got it.
Okay, perfect. So definitely check that one out. Amazing stuff. And then Elios, a buddy of mine, he created this character called Oraloon, who is a lady who's stuck in cyberspace trying to escape. It's got that Gen Z comedy. Helps me create Madisynn as well. So that generated grooves contest plus Oraloon helped me build Madisynn as a character, and that was from Elios. So I definitely want to give him props, shout outs. I have his album on my channel as well. Building a video for him as well. So what I want to do is I want to start building videos for other artists as well who can't seem to figure out how to make the video but have amazing songs. So I've started working on that with Elios. And then my featured artist for tomorrow, Trisha Code. Do you know Trisha Code?
No, maybe. I don't know, possibly. I'm trying to line people up with their actual names with their online names. There's so much.
I don't know Trisha Code's real name. They won't tell me. It's Trisha Code. They are that persona. And they have comedy skits and songs, and the video is it's kind of like watching a comedy sketch show. Like, it's so good. Her stuff, I can't even explain how amazing it is. She does trailers for movies, and it blows my mind. So she's the big secret featured artist for tomorrow. I posted tonight about who, hinting at who it's going to be to see if anybody could figure it out. But it's Trisha Code. This has already been released, and you guys will be able to check out her song. There's a lot of big things going on right now, and I'm just trying to help people get.
Yeah, it's awesome. We'll wrap it up to just saying I love your enthusiasm for everybody else's stuff, and I think, those of us that are,
a long time. I don't listen. I don't listen. I'm not saying this is not real music, but you know what I'm saying. I don't listen to stuff that's on the radio or Google Play anymore. It's all Suno and connected to Suno.
I was struggling leading up to discovering AI music. I was just going, you know what? I love Led Zeppelin, but I just want something different. I'm listening to the Eagles all the time. Even I listen to electronica, and it's I just want a broader thing, and this just gives you the ability to do that, and I really like that. So it sounds like it's the same way. So
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yes, you can. Yes.
There's one more thing. The third artist being signed to PJM is the Sirens. Nobody knows this yet. You guys getting it first. And they are a metalcore three-piece sister rock band, Mermaids. Okay?
That's fantastic.
This video, I have quietly released it already for a contest that I'm doing, AI music battles. It's you just make your best rock song. That's the theme this week. And I submitted Sirens. It's still being judged and everything. I haven't placed yet. But I think the video I made for it is probably one of the best ones I've made so far. I've also sent you a link so you can take a look at that. But the Sirens, it's going to be big.
Yeah, that's right. I got PJM origin story.
2025. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Professor Jacket. If you want to, where's my, which, not that camera, that's dead. Look, I'll have all the links down below. Definitely encourage, obviously, Bobby, supports all you guys. As I always say, follow the links below, go to the channels, comment. It's really important. If you want to be part of this growing community, you have to put in that work, and you have to do it authentically. Don't just go there, for the hopes of getting something back. We all need to connect with each other, and obviously, as Professor Jacket's basically saying, and we all agree, the more you connect, the more you sort of get back, and everybody benefits. So, Bobby, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being so enthusiastic. I know we could go for hours, but it needs to be digestible content. So we have to keep it at that, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. This has been great.
Thanks, Bobby. Cheers.